Hey, what's going on? It's the Political Brown Kid here. And I just read a news article. And of course, it's a mainstream news article. It's Newsweek, so I don't know how good their black writers or black research department is. But apparently, they're just going off of metrics. And they're reporting that hip hop is losing its popularity amongst the masses. Now, before I even get into that conversation, I want to say this because I've been noticing, I've seen lately, I've been watching a few reaction videos. Apparently, the newer generation, some people that are younger, they look like they're in their 30s. It's actually a husband and wife team. They're black people. They were doing some reviews of some videos. And every time I see the wife, she's always in a punk rock t shirt, whether it's Metallica, AC/DC. She's just wearing some. I'm not even going to pass judgment, but I'm going to keep my comments to myself. I'm not going to use any disparaging words, but I'm just kind of like, why? And then I also just been seeing, it seems like a lot of black females are just wanting to wear just white stuff. Y'all start chasing white men. Now I guess in order to attract the white men, you got to show them that you're down with their culture. So then you didn't, because I seen a black female, she's in a Nirvana t-shirt. Like I told you, this black guy, his wife is in AC/DC and Metallica t-shirts. I see him in Guns N' Roses t-shirts. And it's like, I don't see any Earth, Wind and Fire t-shirts. I don't see any DMX t-shirts. I don't see any, if you want to wear something that's nostalgic, why don't you wear something a part of your culture? But once again, I don't know. Can you name a Metallica song? Can you name an AC/DC song? Do you listen to this stuff? Or are you just wearing this stuff because you think it's cute, you think it's cool? You want to show white people that, you want to track you a white man so you can be the next contestant on Ghetto Gaggers. Have no idea. But these females are out of control. I don't know why they can't love and appreciate their own culture. Ridiculous. But I digress slightly because it's a part of the conversation. But they were just talking about how hip hop has lost some market share in popularity. I think in 2023 it actually did during the 50th anniversary of hip hop. They were talking about how hip hop had surpassed, I guess, rock and roll in 2018 as being the popular genre. I thought it probably surpassed that way before then because it seemed like hip hop's just had a long run in popularity. And then they were just surmising about why it's losing its popularity. And I think that some of their notions are actually correct. I think the gentrification of the culture, with it just seemed like that we're allowing everybody into hip hop record labels, should I say? You have a bunch of white rappers now. You have Asian rappers. They're even rapping in China, in their native language. You have Latino rappers rapping in their native tongue and so forth. And then also, I just think, too, the music has just gotten, it's just, I don't think it has that luster anymore. That's just my personal opinion. I don't know if people have seen Method Man's comments lately where I guess he and Redman, when they performed at a concert, I think in New York, I forget what the name of the concert is, but I guess Redman said he's not coming back because the generation gap is too wide. And I guess, that the crowd wasn't into it. I heard some people say that they were booed. In the clip I saw, I didn't see them get booed, but it's probably, throughout their set. I don't know. But I think that when you look at hip hop, it's just, I know back in the day when we had hip hop, there was, there's always toxicity in everything. You can look in all genres of music, you're going to find some levels of toxicity, but hip hop just seems to go, it just takes it to the nth degree, right? Especially with these quote unquote drill rappers, these Chicago jokers specifically, they just want to, they just bringing the gunplay into the music. They can't keep an artist alive long enough to drop an album. And then you just see the ridiculous beefs that go on, in addition to the quality of the lyricists that are out and the quality of the music that's out. So you have to me, you just have a whole bunch of different factors. Like, you have this ratchetness with, certain artists, I'm not going to mention their names, both male and female, just ratchet. men rapping about the same stuff. It's always about drugs. It's always about who got taken off this planet and sent to the netherworld. It's always about, their boys doing 50 and 80 years. It's always about some struggle that I have. Thank God I didn't have to go through when I was growing up and don't know where these black people come from. Trust me, like I told you, I'm from the middle class, so I've interacted with a lot of these jokers. But it's just like, to me, it's like this is all this running through rap. You don't have any more Father MCs or Heavy D's or Fat Boys or, people that's bringing, levity and comedy and, or even consciousness to rap. You don't even have that. You don't have the diversity. It's just a bunch of jokers and everybody's a gangster. So hip hop has just become, it's become a one track mind, so to say, for lack of a better term that I can't think of right now. There's no diversity in it. That's just my personal opinion. Everybody raps the same. It's all this fast style, it's all this fast rap and all this, Snoop called it mumble rap. I would agree with him on that. Just all this fast style rap, and it's just a bunch of stuff you can't even understand the lyrics. You don't even give me time. I got to play this stuff 3 or 4 or 5 times back. And then I got to go to online to look up the lyrics just to follow you. So, you have a lot of this going on in hip hop. And like I say, too, the guys talk about foolishness. The women just talk about, using their bodies and what they can do with their bodies and what they like to do with their bodies, what they like fellas to do with their bodies and on their bodies and in their bodies. And, just talking about how they scam guys for money. And, it's gotten out of control. And so maybe that's what's part of the lackluster of hip hop. Maybe it's just oversaturated, because I blame R&B as well, because you have R&B artists like Chris Brown and everybody else that want to be rappers. They want to be gangsters. They want to be rappers. And instead of performing R&B music and keeping their music R&B, they want to be gangsters and they want to be hip hop stars. So, so I think maybe people are also probably getting tired because it's just, it's oversaturated and they want something new and they want something different. Now, remember too, I've been waiting for the day. I've been waiting for the day for hip hop to wane, trust me, because if you've been on this planet long enough, and I've been here for 45 years, if you've been on this planet long enough, you know that everything comes back around in circles. Pretty soon the rhinestone jackets that were worn by Guy in the early, 90s, if you know Guy, Teddy Riley and them, those jackets will be back in style. You'll see probably the asymmetric haircuts. They will come back in style. Those were 80s haircuts. You're going to see a whole bunch of stuff that was out of style come back in style because that's the way history goes. History kind of operates cyclically. All things come back around. So there's nothing new under the sun. So maybe hip hop has had its moment. It'll lose its traction and maybe rock and roll will come back. Maybe jazz or something else will come back. And then maybe in another 50 or 100 years, hip hop will reemerge. But I just kind of wanted to drop this in. But also, too, I don't want to see hip hop go away. I would like to see hip hop definitely stay, as the dominant art form, that and or R&B and even jazz. But, what can we do to save it? Maybe those are some answers that we probably need to cover in the comment section. So, what can we do? Do you think hip hop is dying? Put it in the comments. And why do you think it's dying? If you think it's not dying, put down there why you don't think it's dying. But definitely leave comments and also hit the like button and subscribe. This is the Political Brown Kid. I'm out of here.